Hello guys, welcome back here. So now it's time for us to continue our installation. And to install FLARE, we need a Windows machine. FLARE can be set up in using most version of Windows. Since we already have the ISO for the Windows 10 Enterprise, I'll be using that to configure our FLARE, okay? So now let's go ahead and then install the FLARE. As you can see here, we are in our VirtualBox, and I'm going to walk you guys through the steps to install the FLARE here. As you can see here, what you want to do, you click on New, and then here you can give it name as FLARE, and then here you can come and choose your ISO image. So click here, mine is right here, which is the Windows 10 Enterprise, and now you want to click on Skip and Mark unattended installation because we want to manually configure this setup. That's why we set up this one. That's why we choose this one here. Now when you're done, you want to click on Next. So now here, what you want to do, you want to change the base memory as, let's put it as 4096. Okay, that's what we're going to choose there. Now we want to click on Next, and then here we can change it to 100. Okay, Next. And then here we want to click on Finish. As you can see, here we have our FLARE. So now what you want to do, you want to create a new group, okay? And the new group will be called Malware Analysis. So you right click on here, and then you go to Move to Group, and you click New. And then now we have our new group, and you want to rename this new group. And the name will be Malware Analysis. It's going to be, there you go, Malware Analysis. Enter. So now you want to come here and then right click on FLARE and then move it to Malware Analysis. Hold on. Okay, we already have it here, so we don't have to move it. Okay, so now we're good. We have the malware now we have the malware analysis under the home lab. Okay, there you go. Now as you can see, we close everything, Active Directory, malware, so we have everything under control and it's more organized with this. All right, now it's time for us to configure our FLARE. To do that, you want to click on FLARE, and then you go to what you want to do. You want to go to System and then uncheck the floppy and move the hard disk up and optical sec. Next, we want to go to Network and make some change here. As we come to network here, so we need to change it to internal network and choose LAN 3. But if we do that setup, we won't have internet connection to download the FLARE. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave it as default as the NAT, and then we don't have to change anything here. Okay, and then now we click on OK. Now after we set up the FLARE, we will go back to our network and make those changes as needed. Okay, now it's time to start our FLARE. So you click on FLARE and then you go to Start and let the installation begin. As we are here, what you want to do next, and then choose our custom, and then we select this one and click Next. Just let the installation go. So now it looks like it's going through now, and then here we want to choose United States, or maybe it depends on your location. Okay, so mine is going to be United States, and then yes, and here also it's going to be, hold on, let me back up a little bit. Keyboard, I'm going to skip for now. Okay, now next thing we want to do, we're going to choose domain join inset. Okay, and here you have to give it create a username and a password. Okay, so now here let's give it a name. Let's try one more time. Confirm the password, and then now let's choose here 3 security question. Okay, so here we can just go ahead and uncheck this location on my device. We can leave this one as it is. Uncheck, and then accept. And here we choose not now. And just we're gonna wait a little bit to have our FLARE up and running. As you can see here, what you want to do, you want to remove our ISO image. You go to Device and then go to Optic and then remove disk from virtual drive. Okay, now that one is done. Next, what we want to do is to insert the VirtualBox. So you go to Device, go to Insert Guest Addition here, come to File here. Let's see, double click on Files, open, go to this PC right here, and you want to come to VBox Windows Addition, and you double click on it and let the installation start. For that, now you want to click on Yes, put Now, and then just click on Finish. Now what you want to do, you want to log back in here. Okay, so we want to log, so that's the reason why we were installing the guest addition. But now here we want to go to Device and then Optical Device and remove the virtual disk. Okay, now next step, what we want to do is we want to take a snapshot of our FLARE right here, because as you can see, this license will expire. It's going to be good for 90 days, and after the 9 days is over, the license will expire. So we want to take a snapshot where we'll be able to go back to this FLARE without any problem. And I definitely advise to those who have the Active Directory to do the same thing. Take a snapshot of all your window, like stuff that you have in your virtual here. So everything that you have, probably it would be a good idea to take a of them. Okay, this one right here, take a snapshot of them. So now let's go back here, and what we want to do, we want to turn off our machine to be able to take a snapshot. Okay, so shut down. Now to take the snapshot, you want to come here into this three dot right here. You click on it and you click on snapshot, and then here, as you can see, take a snapshot, and then you need to give it a name. Okay, so I'm gonna name it as, or use a random name. And then you want to click on OK. As you can see, we have the snapshot of the FLARE. Okay, now we already have the snapshot. What you want to do, you want to click back here and then go to detail, and then now we are back here. Okay, now before we start the installation of the FLARE, we want to make sure that we disable our Windows Defender. Okay, now let's log back in. Hold on, it's not my password. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to come here and type setting. See the setting come up, and we want to double click on setting. See open setting, and then now we want to go to update and security here, and here we want to click on pause update for 7 days. Okay, click here and let it pause for 7 days. There is two ways to disable our Windows Defender. The first way is through Windows here, and the second one is going to be through running some script. Okay, so here what we want to do, we want to come here where it says shows hidden icon. You click on that one, and then right click on this one. When you say Windows Security no action needed, you right click on that, and you want to click on view security dashboard, and then here we can just make it big right here. So this is what we have. Now we want to click on virus threat protection here, and then we want to click where it said manage settings. Okay, and click on that one. Okay, from here what we want to do, we want to turn this one off, and then say yes, turn this one off, turn this one off, and go down here, turn this one off. Okay, so we have everything turned off from here. Now we already disabled the Windows Defender through the Windows, so now we want to run the script. And to run the script, first we want to download the script. What to do to download the script, you want to go here, right click, and then open the PowerShell admin and say yes here. And then now I will post the script that we need, and this script will also be in the description of the video also in case you need it. Okay, so this is the script here. What we're doing here, we're downloading this script right here from GitHub, and then it's going to be saved into download and as this name here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. And here we want to just type enter here. Hold on a second. There you go. So now we already downloaded. So now we want to put this machine in a safe mode before we proceed. Okay. All right. To put our Windows into a safe mode, we want to click on Windows R, and here, a second here. Yes, to Windows R, and then here we want to type misconfig. Okay. And after the misconfig, you want to click on OK. And as you can see, we are here, and here we choose the boot here. Click on that, and here we want to click on safe boot, and then now we want to click on OK, and now we want to click on restart. Okay, now let's log back here. Let's log back here, enter. As you can see here, the screen is black just because now we are running in a safe mode. Okay, so now it's time to run the script that we downloaded from GitHub. Now what we want to do first is we want to right click on this one, and then open Windows PowerShell as admin, and then now we want to go inside of the file that we downloaded earlier from GitHub. Okay, that's what we want to do. Just make it bigger so we can see. Now what we want to do here, we want to get inside of download, which is going to be CD, and it's going to be downloads. Okay, downloads, type enter, and then now as you can see, we are inside of download, and then now we want to run the command dir to show us exactly what we have there inside. And as you can see, this is our file that we already downloaded earlier, so this is the one that we need right now. So from here, after we find the file that we download, we want to run this command right here, which is going to be unblock file on disable defender, just because we don't want the Windows to find that file and block it from running. You know, that's the reason why we want to unblock it here. So now we want to click enter here, enter. Just wait a second. Okay, now after we click enter, there's another file, there's another command that we need to run again here. And then now this command right here is gonna execute the policy that we're trying to set. Okay, so that's why we're gonna run the set execution policy unrestricted force, and we want to type enter. Okay, it's a second here, and there you go. So now we can go ahead and run the next script. As you can see, this is the command that we need to run, which is gonna be that, and then you have the // and then disable defender, and then now you type enter. Okay, and then now we are running our script, and just let it run for now. Just give it a time, and then now here you can press any key, let it continue. Now here the next step is we wanna go back here and then type Windows R and then open back our misconfig. Okay, and we come back to boot here, and now we uncheck the safe boot. Okay, then here we click apply. Now we want to click on restart. Now let's go ahead and log back in. Okay, now after the machine is restarted, you want to click on enter. Okay, so now let's double check, make sure that the script that we run works perfect. You want to come here where it says show and hidden icon, and then now you want to right click on Windows and then go to view dashboard. Okay, and let's just give it a second. There you go. As you can see, if you show this like here, virus entry protection, if it shows this, it means like the script that you ran works perfectly. Okay, so our script did work perfectly. Okay, now the next step, what we want to do, we want to rename this PC. Okay, so now let's close here, and then we come here, type this PC, and we want to come to properties here, and as we are here, we want to go to rename this PC, and now this is the current name. Okay, so now let's just name it as FLARE VM. Okay, now FLARE VM is going to be our new name, and we click on next, and then we click on restart now. Okay, now instead of logging back in, we want to take another snapshot, okay, on the last setting that we did. So you're going to come here and shut down our machine, and we will go back to the VirtualBox right here and then rename it. But let's just wait until it's completely off, and when it's off, now we can go ahead and take another snapshot. Okay, now let's go ahead and take another snapshot here. So we come to here, go to snapshot, and then take snapshot, and then here we can rename it as no defender. It's going to be the name, no defender, and click on OK. All right, so now it's time to restart our FLARE, and from there, we will have the chance to install FLARE this time. And then here, let's log back into our machine. All right, now to install the FLARE, what we want to do, we want to go to our PowerShell, and then as admin, and there is some command line that we're going to use here. Okay, and I will make sure to have that command line into the video description. Okay, now this is the script that we need to run from where we're going to get our FLARE to download. Okay, so as you can see here, we want to just type enter, and just wait a second, should be coming. Okay, so now we already download that one. So now what we want to do, you want to go inside of our directory, which is going to be home. We do a cd $ and home, and let's see, downloads. Okay, and we type enter. So now we are inside of download here. So now we want to see exactly what we have inside of download. Now let's go ahead and list what we have inside dir, which means list them. And when you list them, as you can see, we just have this install right here. This is the one that we just download right now. Okay, so this is what we so here what we want to do, like we did earlier, you want to first, let's see, first block the file. Okay, unblock the file, install s1. Okay, so unblock file, make sure I got it right, unblock file, install. Okay, type enter, and then now the second one is going to be set execution policy, restricted force. Okay, that's the second one. You type enter, install. Okay, so the different command that we run here, we just unblock the file that we downloaded, and then now we ask the PowerShell to execute this file and force to be able to download it. And then now the third one is going to be install the PS1. Okay, so that's what we want to run here. And then here, now what we want to do, we want to do type enter. Okay, so enter, and just give it a second, it should be coming up. As you can see, the installation is going now. And ask us, have you taken the VM snapshot so you can revert the installation? And we want to answer yes here, and then enter. And then now it's going to ask you to put the password, and then you put your password here, enter. Okay, now it's going through the installation right now. Okay, now as it shows Windows right here, we want to click on where it said upload right here, and you want to click on this one, next, and then you want to click on. What we need to do is we want to make sure that we have SSH client here in this machine. Double check that. You want to come here, right click, and then go to search, and then type here add, and you want to go to add or remove programs, and then click on it. And then as is open, you want to come here where it said optional feature. And now as we are here, we want to make sure that we have, as you can see here, we have open SSH client. Okay, so this is what we needed. So if we didn't have it here, we will go ahead and install it here. If you type it here, it will give you the open SSH client. Okay, and then you have to download it. The reason why we need SSH, because this machine, we will move into our isolated internet, and then if we do that and then we don't have connection into that, we will able to log into this machine via SSH. Okay, that's the reason why. So now that we have it here, now let's go ahead and then move this FLARE machine into the isolated network that we have. So to do that, let's go ahead and first let's shut down this machine right here, shut down, and then now you can go back into our Windows, our Oracle VirtualBox, and then here you want to come to FLARE and you want to click on network. As you're in setting, you want to click on setting, and then as you're in setting, you want to come here to network. Okay, now that we are here, you want to come here and then choose internal network here, and then as you can see, you will be connecting into the LAN 3. As you can see, the LAN 3 is the one that we isolated, the one that we created last time. Okay, so now remember, if you connect through this one, you will not have internet anymore into the FLARE here. Okay, so you will not have internet, you will lose internet, and then now you want to click on okay. Now to finish the installation of the FLARE, we have to do one more thing, is to take another snapshot here. And then now to do that, you come here and then click on this three dot, go to snapshot, and then take a snapshot, and then you can name it. It's gonna be FLARE. Let me just name it like this, FLARE, and then do okay. Now that we are done with this the FLARE, now it's time to install our REMnux. Okay, REMnux. I'm sure that's how they pronounce it, but maybe not, but yeah. So now to do that, we have to get our ISO image first. Okay, now let me show you guys how to get it. As you can see, you want to go to a browser, and then you can type here ISO, and then type enter. And now we want to we're going to the first that they provided. So you want to click on this one, and as you can see here, we want to go to download here, and now here we want to choose VirtualBox here. Now you click here where you say box, and just wait a little bit, it should be coming up, and then you want to click on download, and then as you can see, we have our REMnux downloading right now. Now we have our file is done here. Okay, so now let's move into the next step of the installation. Okay, because of this type of file that we just download, it's not like it's like a OVA. So now what we want to do, we want to click on tool, and then we want to click on import. Okay, and here we're gonna import the file that we just downloaded. Okay, now as we're here, we want to go to download, and then as you can see, this is the one that we need right here. You want to click on that one and click OK. So we have our OVA file here. Okay, as you can see here, you want to go to setting, and then here where it says MAC address policy, you want to click on the arrow here, and then click on generate new MAC address for all network adapter. Okay, you want to click on that, and then you want to click on finish. As you can see, we have our VM installing right here, and then we just gotta wait a little bit, and then we should be seeing it here. Okay, as we have our REMnux here, we want to just right click on it, and we're gonna move it into our malware, our home lab malware analysis. Okay, so let's double check, make sure it's in there. There you go. So we have it here. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's go through the settings. So we click on REMnux and go to setting, And as we are here in setting, we go to system and we uncheck the floppy. Okay, so let's click this one, put it on the top, and the object is going to be next. And now we want to click on okay. Now let's go ahead and start our REMnux here, and then click on start. Okay, now we have our REMnux here, and it already show us like the upgrade that we have. So we to be able to do that, the guest addition, you want to go to device, and then as you can see where it say upgrade guest addition, that's one you want to click. And then now what we need, it is upgrading right now, and what we need to update our system. But the way we're going to do it is a little bit different than all the Linux system. Okay, so let's go ahead and then update our machine. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to upgrade our machine. So you want to type REMnux and then space upgrade. Okay, and then you type enter, and as you can see, it's upgrading right now. Okay, now that the upgrade is done, what you want to do, we want to close here and come here, click on power off, and then let's see, power off, and then restart. Okay, so now let's restart it. Now that it is restarted, we are done with REMnux. We can go ahead and shut it down right now. Power off. Okay, now the next step is to take our REMnux here and move it into the network that we created. So you want to come here, click on setting, go to network, and then change the NAT to internal network. And then as you can see, we want it to be connected to LAN 3. Okay, so now we want to click on OK. Now it's time to take a snapshot of the REMnux. You come here and then go to snapshot, and then take a snapshot, and then here we can change the name to REMnux fresh state. Okay, that's going to be our name, fresh state. Then click on OK, and then now we can come back here and go to detail. All right, now that is done, so we can go ahead and end this video here, and the next video that we're going to do is to find our will show you guys how to take, for example, a sample of a malware and then insert it to a FLARE and then REMnux. Okay, so that's the next step that we are going to do. And yeah, so this is where I'm gonna end this one, and I can't wait to see you guys into the next one, and stay tuned for that one. Thank you.